So here's another example of using AI to create something that can really provide value for yourself. So basically what I did is, after having a conversation with Claude, trying to think about just things that could actually help people, I netted out on, yeah, you can go on LinkedIn right now and look for new job postings, whether or not, they were posted within a certain amount of frequency, days, weeks, etc. Are there connections there? Things like that. But you are limited just to the parameters of whatever LinkedIn's job search is. So after talking with Claude, I netted out on one. I didn't even know this was possible, but you can configure app scripts into a tab. So in this demo, as you can see, I have a job search tab, which I'll show you how that's made. But what this does is, okay, so it reads your config sheet, which this is you laying out, okay, what are the keywords of jobs I want to look at? Where should it be? So in this example, New York. I have it set now to look for all of this, but if you wanted to call out a couple companies specifically, you put in the name of the company, what their slug cache is. So how this says spreadsheets right here. If you were looking up a Squarespace job, it would be Squarespace something something slash Squarespace. Then here's the job posting site that this tool is pulling from. And another reason why I think this is just a good example is it really kind of shows you what APIs are. So the way that this script finds new jobs is through Google Jobs SERP API extension. So I'm going to show you an example of a free key of me kind of using it. But API keys, I think, just as a macro concept, anytime you're thinking of, okay, can I do something automated with this app, website, whatever? An API key, which takes 2 seconds to download, is going to be what actually gives you access to that. So then, as you go through this, okay, it uses the API for SERP API, which SERP API is just a way that you can look through all of Google job postings at once. So we'll look up to 10 per query because it's a free key. Freshness check, merge the watch list for up to 25 of the companies. So not only are we looking at SERP API, which is the Google AI or API, we're going to look at the job board specifically. So like Greenhouse or Lever, things like that. And then again, if you see what's actually powering, okay, you have the Google Search Jobs SERP API, you have the Greenhouse API, you have the Lever API, and all this is then just a script running in Google Sheets, which when you press, okay, buy me jobs, does it for you. Okay, so if I take you back into this tab, so if I go into extensions and then into app script, okay, so as you see in the app script itself, I didn't code any of this. I got to this just through planning with Claude. I want a job search tool. I know I want to use APIs. Let's talk through it. So as you can see, okay, it's taking stuff from, this is the Greenhouse Open API, which if you are unsure, a lot of companies just have their API docs available for you. They want you to be able to use this. It's just not something that a consumer, from like a very common standpoint, is going to think of. So I think it's really just important to know about what APIs are and how they can kind of help with what you're doing. Okay, so now I went into project settings, into script properties. So in the coding script itself, the Greenhouse API, the Lever API, those are baked into the script. And that is because I don't even have to generate an API key to access that. Like, I'm literally just taking the link. For SERP API, which is the Google Jobs Finder, I need to paste one in myself. So the way I do that is, you need to identify the property and then write out what the value is. So in my script itself, the SERP API key is written as this. So then all I do after this is I go to SERP API. I'm in SERP API, so as you can see, I'm on a free plan. That generates a private API key for you. So you're gonna see that this is blacked out because I don't want to show you what my API key is, but then all I do is copy that, go back into the settings, add it as a value, I save the script properties, and so now everything should work as is. So if I go, let me just save this first. if I go back into this is now basically saying the next time I run this job search thing, here are all the keywords we're going to look for. Here are specific companies outside of just the regular Google search that I want to hone in on. So Squarespace, Duolingo, Discord, etc. And then once I run it, it should populate in the results tab. So I'm going to run it. Authorization required. It's because I just put in a key. Give it the permissions. And look at that. I just got, okay, Squarespace software engineering leads, country marketing managers at Duolingo, Discord, Spotify. I mean, that took 20 seconds. So like I said, yeah, this took 20 seconds to make. I think knowing APIs, especially as a young professional in your own company who is looking to kind of see what areas can I use AI to, one, help whatever processes we're doing, but then two, really champion myself as someone within the organization that knows how to use AI aside from just like ChatGPT, chatting, or prompt engineering. I would not say that a prompt engineering course is what you should be taking or where you should be honing your knowledge. It should really be on, okay, now that I know about what an API or an MCP is, how can I use AI to connect tools in ways I hadn't really thought of before? But yeah, if you like this video, would love it if you checked out my website. Would love if you threw this a like. Always trying to post just new things I think could be helpful to people. And yeah, talk soon.